7:30's political editor Jacob Greber joins me from Parliament House. Jacob, it's taken a week. What does this mean for Sussan Ley's leadership?
Look, it's very challenging for Sussan Ley. It puts her in a very difficult position. She had no choice today but to do what she's done, which is to fire Jacinta Nampijinpa Price. The moment the senator from the Northern Territory said that she, or refused to essentially endorse Ley as leader, the clock was ticking on her role on the shadow front bench. Now she goes to the back bench, Sarah. She will be even more free to speak her mind. She becomes like a figure like Barnaby Joyce. She's indicated already that she intends to talk about the ramifications of mass immigration or migration, and she wants to talk about why net zero is a very, very bad policy. So here she is in the Liberal Party, very much now free to talk about the things that the right flank of the Liberal Party is interested in. That is not good news for Sussan Ley. Now, if it affects her leadership, that's another question. We're going to find out in coming days whether this becomes a bigger movement, whether there are other figures that come out and make noises. I'm thinking of people like Hastie, I'm thinking of people like Angus Taylor, who are all in the wings as potential rivals. Now, one of the sources that I was contacting tonight, someone who might have an interest in toppling Sussan Ley earlier than later, did say to me, well, look, Jacinta's lost a lot of friends with what she said and her refusal to apologise, but the challenges aren't ready, to which you could add in brackets yet, potentially. So very, very difficult moment for Sussan Ley.
How much damage has this debate that's gone on over the preceding week, because it's been about immigration, about saying hurtful things about Indian Australians, how much damage has this done to the Liberal Party trying to put itself back together again?
No question, the damage will be enduring. This will be something Labor will remind these communities of at the next election and any time in between. So it's a very, very difficult bridge now for them to rebuild. I think it was very telling that Julian Leeser was one of the Liberals over the weekend who went out and apologised, not for anything he said, but for what his colleagues said. Julian Leeser, of course, was thrown out of the shadow bench for Peter Dutton because of The Voice. She became the leading campaigner for the No. Now she's out and Julian Leeser is sitting there making apologies for her. So you can see those tensions. They're out in the open. They're very difficult for her to manage. And of course, one of the things people will be saying is Peter Dutton, for whatever his sins as a campaigner at the last election, and there were many, kept the movement together. He certainly wasn't losing front benches this soon into his term, and that's going to be noticed.